Where'd it
Yeah,
go?
so my dad decided to just buzz cut my hair. Shout out my dad.
Woo!
Welcome back to Chalky Milking Podcast. This is a big landmark episode. This is episode 30. That's the big 30. Older than us. We're all 20 basically. So this is crazy. Season 3, episode 12. We're gonna be talking about just like working out, just getting that dad bod ready, working out during quarantine, what that is like, and we got a big time special guest today, Boston University's Rashab Nair. Welcome to the program.
Hello, what's up? How's everyone?
Dude, just trying to stay alive. Just excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Rashab and I are friends from BU, like Chima said. I don't know. We met freshman year, second semester, but we've kind of, as time is on, we've been closer. And we're excited to have him all the way from India, which is kind of sick.
That's right.
Thank you for waking up for us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, good morning, man. Rise and shine.
9:30. Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good to be here. Let's do it.
There you go.
For sure. All right, who wants to kick us off for the chalky milk review?
I got it with a nice little pour.
Pour the promised land.
I wish you could hear it. I don't know if you could hear it as well as I can, but it's nice and creamy.
It looks so good too.
I mean, you know what you're getting. You're getting a 9.3, 9.4 around there. The 2% promised land. Can't go wrong.
It's elite.
Yeah, even that chocolate milk is heavy, but if you have the stomach space for it, it's the best in the game. So yeah, all of our
well said
viewers, they know what's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our Chalky Milk Gang members, they know promised land is number one.
That's right.
All right, Chima, you want to go or should I?
Sure, I can go. We're bringing back a classic. We're bringing back Trader Joe's. You can see just the picture of the cow. So it's milk. It's a great time. It's 3.25% milk fat. That's a new information. That's a new statistic. You gotta love the stats. You gotta love the pours.
What a pour.
It's just, the key is you can't spill it because we got a computer right here. So if I spilled it, it'd probably be sad. And I'd need a new computer, and that's a lot of money. So we're not going to do that today, but we are going to love some Trader Joe's chalky milk.
Always the best.
It's a great one.
So good. It's like, I think, thinking about this right now, it's pretty light. Promised Land is definitely better. That Hudson Valley thing, it's at least equal to this, but like the chocolate flavor on this is very unique. It may be the best, or at least tied for the best. It's elite.
Definitely. So
Yeah,
so
Trader
Rashad,
The 9.3.
So before, Rashad, we were talking about how it might be a little tough because you don't usually drink chocolate milk. So I don't know. You don't sure where you would get it. So what'd you come up with?
Well, I came up with two actually.
That's exciting.
So I got one of soya milk. I didn't know the rules, and the other one was regular milk.
Both are fine.
Yeah, any type of milk except for Fairlife.
Yeah, Fairlife or strawberry milk. Those are the no-nos.
So Hershey's cookies and cream. I don't know how you do your reviews like a pro, but I'm gonna try.
That was the box too. The box,
dude,
is elite.
That's cool.
Yo, that tastes good.
That tastes good.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's not too heavy. It has some calcium and vitamins, and it tastes a bit like a milky version of Oreo McFlurry.
No way.
That sounds like a pretty good.
Then. That sounds really good. Oh my god.
That sounds very good.
I was very surprised. I never drink chocolate milk.
And give a score for us.
Okay. I'll go with an 8.3.
Oh,
let's
yes.
go.
It's not a rookie score.
He's a professional.
There we go. Dude, nice.
And the other one is a Sofit soya milk chocolate milk.
I love the glasses, by the way. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. And that's horrible.
Oh no.
That's horrible. I'll take 5.6 slash 7.
5.6.
Yeah, no, it's tough to get a good soy milk, but at least they tried.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll get an okay one, but usually they're not the best.
Mhm.
A
You
little
gotta
out.
respect their efforts, but in reality, they should just suck it up.
Oh.
Just drink regular milk. It's better. That's just the
Yeah.
facts.
How can they not tolerate lactose? Like just tolerate it.
Just
you know?
tolerate it, man. No, we're kidding, but respect all around.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Tyler? You have the mustache today, so you have a chocolate milk review. I heard.
Yeah, we were all supposed to be sporting the mustaches.
Yeah.
Chima, what happened? Where'd it
Yeah,
go?
so my dad decided to just buzz cut my hair. Shout out my
Woo!
dad. He told me that he was not gonna cut a lot, and then he just all over. So we
trimmer on your head.
shout out my dad. Love my dad. He's a homie. But we're rocking the hat today, and
Yeah.
one thing I've realized for me is just long hair works with like a beard, mustache, whatever. Short hair, I just don't think it vibes. So I
I
shaved.
agree, yeah.
But I can grow it out. Doesn't take too
Fair
long.
point. This video is 100% being clickbaited with Chiba's new haircut.
Oh,
That's
for
right.
Everybody comment something about Chima's hair. Make it
Just how-
positive.
Just how ugly it is.
No,
Make-
be nice.
Comment
be
a
nice.
backhanded compllement
Oh, there you go. There
to
you
keep him humble, but to boost him
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Oh, you got me thinking already.
That'd be
But yeah, anyway, so we're back home now. It was in Westport for most of us. Rishabh's back in India right now. And I wanted to get something, that we have back home, but get creative. And I thought Chima had reviewed this, but I looked at the great Instagram post that he made the other day, and I saw that nobody has reviewed this yet. So today I got
Oh.
Chick-fil-A chalky milk.
Oh wait! Oh my
But
god!
He did. That
Yeah,
was
I
on the
did.
Instagram,
Oh,
not
I
official
fucking knew it.
podcast.
Dude, sorry, Tyler. I should have put it on the.
Oh, you posted it on the Instagram. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know why I didn't.
No, that's
put it
great.
on
This
thing.
is the podcast debut
There you go.
of Chick-fil-A chalky milk. It's low fat milk chocolate. I'm very excited. I don't have any expectations. I've never
It's
tried
honestly-
because some
it's not bad.
like fast food places like like McDonald's will like make their own chalky milk, and I've never had anything like that. So I have absolutely no expectations. Probably not a good sign that there's a wrapper on this. What?
No, that's the sign of quality.
No, that's not. It's a sign that they mass produce it and then ship it from somewhere on the other side of the world.
I know
I get-
someone.
I
One
gave
of.
it a 7.8.
Whoa,
it's
that was a
actually
nice
solid.
pour.
Yeah, that
always
was
say
actually
nice
good.
pour. But
So
anyway,
somebody said that last week. I think it was Andrew. He was like, "Oh yeah, the wrapper is a sign of quality," and I was like, "That makes no sense."
oh
but okay.
no.
You don't like it?
Oh, you can taste the syrup. Like it just did not mix very well. At first I tasted it and I was very happy because there is definitely a lot of chocolate in there. They didn't go light on the flavor, and I can respect that. But it just failed miserably with the structure of this. It's just the syrup is just it's so obvious.
Really?
It's
That's
I
nice.
didn't get syrup vibes at all. Actually, maybe where'd you get where'd you get it from? Norwalk.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm drinking it more. We're not a one sip type of
Yeah, we're
chalky milk
multiple, yeah.
reviewer. And the more I drink it, I think it's more just the low fat is what makes me think that instantly.
Really.
Interesting.
I want to
Is it
end
too
Phil
watery?
Clinton.
Would you say?
No, I wouldn't say it's watery. I would just say the flavor kind of falls off in a weird way. I'm not really sure. I'm still not a huge fan. I'm gonna take back what I said about being syrupy because it's not. But something about this just doesn't hit quite like it's supposed to be. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna give this a 6.4.
That's fair.
Wow, Chima, what did you give it on the
I gave it-
Instagram?
I gave it a 7.8. I thought it was pretty solid. But let me say something. My dad. First off, like Dad, the haircut's not ugly. It's just I don't think it matches like my previous hairstyles for the past like 5 years. So that's why I'm wearing the hat. But Dad, I love you. You're doing great.
Clickbait.
I wanted to preface that. I don't want my dad to get angry at me.
No, like it doesn't look bad. It's just so different than what
Yeah,
we're
so-
expecting of you.
yeah,
but
so
it
it's
could
just
be
odd.
way worse.
Oh yeah, no, it's like even. He did a good job with that. You have to give credit when it's due.
It
But,
really makes
like-
your eyebrows pop.
Yeah, it's just
Those
my
caterpillar boys.
My eyebrows are wild, but it's like with my hair, I usually like having that like part where I just do that, but like here it's just, so I don't know. I think the hat goes back on, but just wanted to preface that to the people and to my dad because I'm very thankful.
Yeah. Well, anyway, today we are talking about fitness, staying in shape during quarantine, and when it's not quarantine, keeping that dad bod in shape.
That's right.
Everything you shouldn't do, all the works. Because we chose this topic specifically because I know Rashab has been doing a lot of that. I mean, I don't know. You can talk more on it, but running and all that stuff. So. You want to kick us off? I mean, what have you been doing during quarantine?
I think everyone was like in sort of a limbo in March when nobody knew what was happening. I was actually in New York for the spring break with my cousin.
No way.
And he was planning on running one of the marathons coming up. And I was not in shape. I've not been in shape for a while. And like, especially like eating out and stuff like that for the past spring semester was just horrible. I'd eat like the worst food and at the worst times. And I was not in good shape. And like when he told me he wanted to run the marathon, I just felt like I want to do something like that someday. And I decided to get into shape. Didn't know that quarantine or the pandemic was going to last so long. So when Boston University sent us home, I decided I was going to get in shape because we had a few months and I wanted to surprise myself and my friends when I come back. I thought it was going to just be a summer thing, but then it lasted way longer than expected. I set a few goals. I was just like, it's on my board here. I had to run a 6-minute mile and drop a significant amount of weight. And I had to cook one home cooked meal a week because I barely cooked at the start of the break. So it was just a regular goal setting. I'm a very goal-oriented person. And I'd started working out with my neighbors. They were my childhood friends. Literally, we'd stay in a bubble. We've grown up together. And we all were in poor shape at the start of it. Some better than others. And it was just 3 of us. And we'd start running every morning at like 6:15 a.m. And it was tough, especially for someone who stays up at night. We'd go up and run about 3 miles, and it was tough at the start. And our mile timings used to be like in the 10-minute area. So to get down to the 6-minute was tough and challenging. And eventually, after 8 months, about 2 months ago, I hit the 6-minute mark. I ran a mile in 5 minutes 37 seconds, and that was the goal. I felt accomplished, And by that time, I had dropped about 35 pounds. A lot of like body fat points on the percentage scale, and yeah, I felt in good shape. A contributing factor is obviously like I got a set of weights at home, and it's just adjustable dumbbells, so you could work on it whenever you wanted. And shout out to my mom. She helped me eat right, and she would just make all my meals whenever I couldn't and I'd study or I was at my internship. She'd help me out and make sure I eat clean. So yeah, that was the process of it cut down.
Dude,
That
that's an
sounds
insane
awesome.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Getting down
big
to
ups.
that mile time, like regardless of where you start, is insanely impressive.
Yeah, I had to push myself. I swear, I think I saw God at the end because I was breathing and I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I just passed out, but I made it. And I was extremely like just happy because it was like 6-7 months in the making, and I was no athlete. I'm no athlete. I played a sport, but running that fast never happened before in my life.
Yeah.
How much does your motivational course cost? That's so inspiring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
It's
like
very-
truly like dedication, especially with something like running, which is so hard to get into. I really respect that. I mean, obviously like that's really hard and really impressive, but like running in itself is so hard to get into. Like there are so many other methods of working out that are so much easier. Running is one of the hardest. And like I have nothing short of respect to be able to do that for like 8 months straight.
That's insane.
Yeah, we had the time and you used it really well. Damn.
I think, like I said, it was a lot because of my neighbors. Because when you aren't feeling it at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you just want to say, "Dude, I just want to stay in bed," they're the ones who call you and say, "Yeah, we're outside your door. Pack your shit. Let's get it." A lot of days, it's us pushing each other. I think that's what you need. You need a group, 2, 3 of us stay in a bubble, and that's how we did it. We all got into phenomenal shape. Um, some of us were good at running, some of us were good at lifting weights, and that's how it started. But the only form of cardio I used to do is play soccer and jump rope. So running was a whole different thing. I had to get into the right form, experiment with music while you're listening to it, things like that. It's a whole adjustment process. And now you can run 5, 6 miles without breaking a sweat. I wouldn't say breaking a sweat. It's still cat, but it's a lot easier than running the first, second mile that I did.
I didn't know it'd be like humanely possible to shave your mile time by that much in like 8 months. That is wild.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll definitely say, something you kind of commented on that's really helpful is like your friends always being there for like get you out of bed and get you going. And the pack mentality when it comes to running is like it's vital. Like I as a former runner, I can attest that something that really drew me to running was like the social part of it. You know, you do it with all your friends, you're suffering together. And you get each other like to practice every day. So like it just makes it so much, it helps you to drive and push yourself to keep doing better. When there's a guy next to you, this is something that me and Gerard learned, especially over the summer. Gerard's one of our friends. We've had him on twice to the podcast. We did a bunch of running over the summer as well. Not nearly as much as you. What you did is incredible and like just wow. But we ran for a couple months as well. And we would sometimes go together, sometimes go like alone, depending on who could do when. Whenever we ran together, we were just twice as fast. It was crazy. But having somebody else to push you there, just it really like it improves everything. And I think having those two friends with you, really, I'm sure it gave you the boost you needed to get there. But like that's I can attest to how much that helps. But wow, I think that's tough because I don't think any of us have you beat. Oh my god,
no, it's hard to follow that.
It's a hard act to follow.
No, it was just a whole motivational thing. I was really like it was a tough spot. I think everyone was, like I said, in a limbo.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're eating wrong, especially the wrong times. And my friends were actually in Madrid, my best friends. So it was like a sort of antisocial semester as compared to the first few. It was, instead of meeting up with 5, 6 people, it was just 2 to 3. And not all the time. So I wanted to like channel my energy towards something else. I had like the motivation. And obviously it's few days you slack off, you eat the wrong foods, but then you get your friends to pick you back up.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true. There's like a saying or whatever, like you can't outwork a bad diet, and like a body's built in the kitchen. There's all those phrases, but yeah, it's very true. But eating is hard to like change. You know, you can start working out, but if you can change how you eat, that's the hardest part.
Yeah, so that's something I was going to ask all of you guys actually about, is because I'm pretty familiar with the running side of working out, and over the past few years I've become pretty familiar with like weight training and stuff, but I have never had to diet in my life. Thankfully, just like I'm a pretty skinny guy with skinny genetics. But I mean, like, what is that like? Because I assume that's just as hard as the other parts, being able to control yourself and being like, no, I cannot eat that hamburger. Like, what goes into that? What do you guys eat?
I don't diet, so you have to go to somebody else.
You know, no, you're training your dad bod, baby. That's more important.
That's right. Yeah,
I'll go first so that Rashad doesn't make me look bad when I go second.
No, please don't do that. I used to eat like crap. Honestly, Tyler knows. I used to eat with Tyler like hamburgers and stuff like that.
Well, first, Tyler, true or false, you have to eat more because you're trying to put muscle on, right?
When you're weight training, yes.
Like you specifically.
Yeah, no, you just do. When I first started working out like weight training, I found eating anything that had protein in it would help. From anything from like steak to stuff like nuts. I just ate so many freaking I hate almonds now because I ate so many almonds over the years.
Yeah, so skinny people, you gotta load up on calories in general, but like specifically protein.
That.
Whereas other people like me, it was more just, I never went on like a diet because diets just like aren't helpful, because once you stop a diet and you go back to your old eating, it's like, well, what was the point? I would just be like very conscientious of what I was eating. So like if I'm like out to dinner, I'll just eat whatever. Like I'm out to dinner, you're not gonna go home feeling healthy. But like I would cut down on snacks. That was a big thing, and like portion control and just eating less snacks in general. And it's nice being home because my mom and I just eat like healthy food, like chicken, vegetables, stuff like that, and it tastes good. Whereas at like school, it's a lot harder because it's like pre-made food. There, it's fried. There's desserts, all that stuff. But I guess Tyler, to answer your question about dieting, I was just very conscientious, and just being aware is really the best way to do it.
Yeah. One thing that definitely, I'm not the greatest at it, but one thing that definitely does help me is like trying to cook your own food. Like one thing I've been trying to get into since COVID started is just like trying to like learn recipes, just like cook, because it's honestly pretty fun. So like then it's like you can actually make it yourself, put in healthy ingredients that you think would be good, and sort of control your portion sizes. I'm pretty bad at this. I'm trying to like be better at it, but just like overall, it making your own food definitely better than like going out and trying to get healthy food. First off, cooking at home is just way cheaper, and it's like you have like so much choice in like what you make and whatnot. You can really cater it towards what you need. So definitely cooking's good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never done it. Well, not on purpose. I actually do it a lot inadvertently. But there's this thing that this type of dieting or fasting that my freshman year roommate and frat bro used to do a lot. Shout out Henry Yee. True character. But he used to do this thing called intermittent fasting, which is where you don't eat until like 2 or 3 p.m.
I've heard of that.
I wake up at 11 and then don't eat for 4 hours. So I've done it a bunch, but like, yeah, Will, sorry, you were going to talk more about
I was
that.
just going to say that it's usually categorized as like all of the food you eat during the day is within an 8-hour window. Mm-hmm. So yeah, same boat. Like sometimes I just don't eat till 1 and then I eat dinner at a normal time. And I guess I intermittent fasted that day.
Yeah. Exactly. But outside of that, I think it's definitely been tougher to do all this stuff during COVID. I used to go to the gym a lot because, like I said, I'm a skinny boy. Running is not as fun as it is. It doesn't help me aesthetically, so I go to the gym. But I had to stop when COVID happened, and I mean, you can't now. I just prefer not to because it's like one of the places where people get COVID a lot. So I've been doing stuff at home, and shout out Will for sending me some great YouTube workouts. I've since bought some weights to help kind of go with it, but there's a lot of stuff you can do at home. I've been taking bed sheets and then I throw them over my door, and then it's a great way you can like lift yourself, you can pull yourself. It gets a lot of different areas if you know what you're doing, and if you keep the right form and stuff. So yeah, body weight actually works if you find the right ways to do it.
On diet, I'll just say it because I think that Will hit on it. You can't outwork a bad diet. I used to go to the gym in BU as well, and I'd finish it, and then my skinny friend and I, Dan, who was on the show as well, we'd eat bad food, just horrible food, thinking that we worked it out in the gym. And you could see results, but it's also a lot slower and not efficient. So I realized I had to get my diet in check, and obviously my parents helped me out. I think what Chima said was, if you cook it on your own, you know like what's going into it.
Oh yeah.
You just feel more conscious about it. So I started off with a sort of healthy diet and wasn't seeing results as quick. So I obviously went to Google and YouTube and looked up my favorite athletes, and I follow soccer. So Cristiano Ronaldo is like the most fit person in the world in terms of the soccer world. And
Yeah, he's pretty fit. I'd definitely say so. Yeah.
And I checked out his diet. Obviously, he has the expensive salmon and tuna and things like that. But you have substitutes. You can always find substitutes for that. And so I'd stick to a healthy diet, and then I'd cut out like sodas and any sort of drinks that like add to it. But otherwise, it's just otherwise it was just like salad and grilled chicken most of the days. And yeah,
Grilled chicken kind of slaps. Low key.
Grilled chicken does slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely
Chocolate milk gang.
chalky milk gang. Yeah.
We officially promote grilled chicken. I couldn't
we
think
endorsed
of the right word. Endorse, that's the word.
We endorsed it. I definitely say that like I've been drinking a lot more seltzer lately as a substitute to soda, and like now I notice like it tastes like pretty much the exact same. Like lime seltzer, it's just like a less sugary Sprite, and then you go and like have a Sprite, and you're like, this is so unnecessary. I can just have the lime seltzer and have the same result, like just the same thoughts. So I've been really cutting down on soda. That actually helps out a lot. It's so unnecessary.
That's a huge thing. Cutting out soda and like sugary drinks is like an insane step to take. I don't know you, Shab, if you drank a lot of soda, but like I cut it out of like I would drink it at dining halls and then I stopped. And it's like you don't need it. It's fun, but like it's so bad for you. It's so much sugar. It's crazy.
Yeah, especially like in the dining hall, it's just there. The like 7 varieties you have all to pick for, and like instead of choosing like a protein shake, you can just say, "Oh, I'll have a Coke today." Even if it's Coke Zero, it's still hurting your body somehow.
Oh, I used to do Coke Zero like all the time. It's just not it.
Not it. But yeah.
That's
Well, I
crazy.
can definitely, one thing I will definitely say is because, like COVID has been kind of annoying. I haven't been to the gym. I know people have to like wear masks at the gym, which I'm sure is terrible. But I kept running a little bit in the college as well. I thought I could do that. It does not work. I was way too busy. But I will say, like people complain a lot about running with a mask, and I do kind of get it. Especially because the city's really crowded. When I would run around here in like the suburbs, it was not a problem. I could just run on the other side of the road when I saw somebody coming. But in the city, you really have to wear a mask, and that sucks. It holds you down. So what I would do is I'd wear the mask when I was passing by somebody, and then I would take it off. And then that works because I'm not in 6 feet of anybody.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
that's what I do when I walk around. Just
Yeah,
vibe.
I ran like 2 or 3 times during this semester, and where I would run, it was mostly suburbs, so like there weren't people, but like so I could take it off, but I would just put it on and take it off. No one knows. You're not hurting anybody. And going to the gyms were open at Tufts, like very specific in like certain ways. And I went and it just like wasn't the same because I was very limited to like one, like the pulley machine thing or like the rack. And I don't usually use the rack for like shoulders or chest. So I was like, I was like adapting as I was going and it just wasn't as good. And so I'm happy to be home because I have like probably the same stuff you have, Rashab, like adjustable dumbbell, barbell. It's nice just to do what I do,
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
I think it was the same case here. Actually, gyms didn't open. And I found that out quick in the start of the quarantine period, especially because numbers were rising so fast. Plus, my mom has asthma, so I just didn't want to take the chance of going out anywhere. So we bought adjustable weights, and I was very ambitious. I told my parents 35 pounds, I can do it. And I'd never lifted such heavy weights. But soon enough, you can adjust it, start low. And I think the biggest thing was learning about form and stuff like that online. You can do it. And then, especially if you have the time when you're home all the time, you can manage to put in like a 40-50 minute workout with dumbbells and you'll get in great shape. That's what I found out.
Do you ever do a boxing workout, Rashad?
Yeah, there's actually a boxing.
Mhm.
My friends actually gifted that to me for my birthday because I'm
Damn.
extremely into boxing and MMA, UFC. Um, and we'd always like play fight and like spar in the garden.
Yeah.
And our parents hated that, but like it's just boys will be boys. And
Yeah.
So they got me this bag and gloves, and another pair of them got gloves as well, and we'd spar sometimes. It's just a good thing to like release like all the stress, and it's I think it's a better form of cardio than anything else because you're moving around, you're throwing every limb of your body if you're like kickboxing, and you just sweat a lot. You just make the room stink up. Nobody wants to enter. It's a good thing.
Was it Will? You remember when we used to beat each other up in middle school?
I was
Elementary
actually
school?
thinking of we
Yeah.
would wrestle in the grass in like kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good cardio workout. I'm
It
sure
was.
we were in
We
great
got
shape
our
in
exercise
kindergarten.
in.
Definitely. Yeah,
Good
I don't know.
times.
I have a friend or two that does like boxing workouts at school, but do you know there's one right on campus? There's a boxing thing right above a bar on campus called
Yeah.
no, not T. Anthony's. The one that just closed.
It's opposite T. Anthony's, right?
No, what's the bar that just closed on BU campus?
I don't drink. I'm under 21, and I'm not in Boston right now.
I mean, I don't go either, relax, but I've been there before to at least eat food, okay? Don't expose me like that.
You can know the
Like,
names of places.
Star Market.
It's right next
Yeah.
to Star Market. Damn it. Whatever. There's a boxing place very close to campus that I have heard that people use before. So I know that's a thing. I don't. Does it like hurt your hands? I mean, that may be a really stupid question, but I've never done that before. So
No, I remember like you have to wear like wraps if you don't want to hurt your like hands and knuckles. But like people get conditioned to it. But this is just a bag, and it's like not the heavy bag. Like we didn't fill it with too much sand because I'm still a beginner, no athlete, and the boxing glove has a good amount of cushioning, so it's not too bad. But when I used to do MMA, we used to like get our hands wrapped, so that used to help.
yeah, that's good training. We have friends who have done fight nights for their frat before, so I'm sure if they had the same equipment, they might actually stand a chance.
Yeah.
Were these CMG alumni?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to name them? Or
we're not shouting them out.
Yeah, the really
we know
skinny
who they
CMG
are.
alumni that I'm thinking.
That's funny.
And then the other one too. What was it? I totally forgot about that one. Yeah,
that's crazy.
There's a couple people have been on this podcast that have done this before.
Yeah, we got some special guests in here. Boxing's pretty cool though. Do you think you can beat Jake Paul?
Honestly, he's a good boxer. You can
say
whatever you want. He's I hate him. I can't stand him. But how he took out an athlete and what he's doing right now is horrible, right?
I saw his Instagram video. I'm like,
he's
dude,
just
so unnecessary.
He's trying to piss people off.
He's only following his wife. It's a recipe for death.
Dude, I can't wait for McGregor to kick his ass.
I really want McGregor to legally kill him.
Destroy.
I think you could beat him. I don't know. You seem like a better person.
But yeah, we're like the same height-ish, 6 foot. I assume he weighs a lot heavier than me.
He's pretty built. He's worked on himself.
The dad bod isn't there.
No, he has knockout
like
power.
That's true.
I'm around like 155, so it's a good jump. It's a good jump.
Yeah.
No, but see, if he had a dad bod, he would be able to absorb the punches,
Oh,
and then he would win.
Yeah,
Genius.
It would be like he'd be like storing up all the energy, and then he'd put all of your punches back into one. You know.
Have you guys ever seen Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, it was good.
The tiger tries to hit him in the stomach, and he freaking bounces him into the air. That's what you would do.
I'm not getting fat again.
Viva los dad bods, man. Shout out to all my Daytona Beach dad bods out there. You gotta love that. Yep. MVP quarterback right there down below. But you gotta love that. Yeah. I don't know. One thing for me though, like over the semester, like our gyms were closed. So, and I didn't have any like weights in my off-campus house. So, me and my friend, we would just go on walks like all the time. I would try to go on a walk 10,000 steps every day. It would be pretty late at night, to be honest. I would be grinding all day, doing work, doing all this stuff. And then like 10 o'clock, I'd be like, all right, time to set some time. Just go walk around. It relieves the stress out here. And it's just like, I had like a tracker on my phone. I would burn 500 calories plus like each time. I wouldn't be seeing like insane results. Like the dab bod's definitely still there, but it's like I would feel so much better. So if like you're just looking for something quick like that, like you can't go wrong with just walking around, just seeing the world.
Yeah, just getting some movement in. It's so helpful for everything.
I think
Yeah,
the
Absolutely.
mental aspect is the greatest part because like you feel a lot better, especially when you're like walking around. And when
Absolutely.
everyone's cooped up in this studio or like 2-3 room apartment, it's just horrible. You're seeing the same people, you're eating the same food, you're watching the same shows. It gets monotonous, and like a walk here and there is just a break.
Yeah.
I like
So
that
nice.
word, monotonous. Sorry.
Monotonous.
You can talk. You can talk.
Good word.
Yeah, great words. Absolutely.
Word of
Gotta
the
love
day.
that.
You
Word
just
of the
read it.
day.
Word of the
Word
podcast.
Word
This
of the pod.
podcast is brought to you by the letter M for monotonous.
Yes. And the letter M for milk.
Nope.
Milk, right there. Milk, there.
Very true.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't know. I would definitely say I've never done any of the boxing stuff or the any type of diet at all. But if you need to do that type of thing, I mean, there are resources for everything we're talking about on the internet. Same thing with working at home and going to the gym if you've never done that before, because that can be really intimidating on your first time. And then running is always scary to get into, but all you need is a friend, and everybody has a friend. Except
Hopefully.
And if you don't, reach out to us.
Here.
Subscribe, and you got all of us as friends.
Yeah, we have a great community.
Join the Chalky Milk gang. You don't need friends, but you got a gang.
That's right.
Should we get a Chalky Milk gang sign to like indicate?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was an awful
If we
idea.
could make like
came out of my mouth.
Well,
we
this
could-
is CM in sign language.
Oh, that could work.
Chalky Milk.
There we go. If we could
No,
make
you were
like
right. Let's not do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's insensitive. Like somehow.
Yeah,
I
It's
mean,
that's all right.
inappropriate.
If not, it's stupid at the best. So.
Yeah.
All audience.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we've been talking for like 45 minutes. I think we covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually learned a lot. Like that
Yeah.
shot. Like your story's impressive. Like that's so cool.
That is, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's been
Dude,
great.
Of course.
Of course.
And your chocolate milk reviews were just
Yeah, the
exceptional.
review is phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
Like we've
know what
had
you're
some special guests where they just come on here and we love them. Like the excellent special guests. But they just be like, oh, this is 6. I'm like, come on now.
No rookie
No.
scores.
And then you just come out here with just like an insane review. You totally know like what you're talking about. You may not be drinking chocolate milk every day. You know, it probably doesn't go with your diet, but you just know how to just vibe. You just know our style. It's amazing.
I've been watching the podcast, dude.
Dude, thank
Let's
you.
go.
We love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, if you're listening, subscribe, check us out on Spotify, and hit up our Instagram because we put stuff there sometimes.
That's right. We've just been trying to create content for the people, as we say. I think we have like 141 subscribers. I think we have like 151 followers on Instagram, and I think we have 0 listeners on Spotify. So if we can get those numbers up, we'll be golden. I think we're on the road to 1,000. We just need a few more on all platforms. The fan base is growing. We're gonna get to 200 by the end of 2030. So it's just exciting.
Wait, ready? All time, we have 51 listens on Spotify.
Oh, really?
And
Hey,
at
that's
least
good.
3 of those are my mom.
Yeah. Shout out moms. They're the only one watching at this point.
In the last 7 days, we have 7 listens. So
there we go.
thanks to all 7 of you.
Yeah, thank you. We don't know who you are,
We're
but you're
international.
real MVPs.
Now we're going international.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
We gotta love that. Shout out India. Great
Shout out.
country. My grandpa's from there. Shout out grandpa if you're listening.
Nailed it. All right, yeah. You wanna bring us home? Thank you for a great episode, y'all. Chima.
Dude, just Shop, thank you for coming out. Tyler, Will, thank you guys for coming out as well. 2 first timers right there on the pod. But just in the meantime, until next time, see ya.